So we started the investigation last night after the fire was under control. We did have the state fire marshal's office come in as well this morning, and so they've been in all morning with our fire marshal, just reviewing the scene and checking things out, gathering information. I believe that some of the other utilities involved, the drilling company, Black Hills, will also be doing some investigation of their own, and of course if there's any insurance investigators involved as well. So at this time we're still investigating. We have collected some more information, but we still don't know obviously the exact ignition source. I'm told that tomorrow the utilities will be working together to try to replace the line and make the scene safe, because there is no gas service there right now. And then they will also be digging up the pipe to see what the damage actually was and try to determine what kind of a leak it was and where it was going when it was leaking. So we were here just short of an hour and a half. So pretty typical for a gas leak. We come in, isolate the area, and then try to work with the gas company so they can develop a plan on how to shut it off. And that's what was going on when the explosion happened. We actually had our crews backed up and out of the way for the most part. Black Hills was in the process of trying to dig down to the gas main to be able to shut the gas off. And they have to shut it off from two directions or two different sides of the leak. And so that's what they were in the process of doing. We were working with them on what their plan was as far as protection, where we needed to evacuate, and what they were comfortable with based on their assessment of the hazard.
What are we thinking about the structural integrity of the surrounding house?
So we have done evaluation of the structure. Most of them are structurally sound. So we are moving to the next part of getting property owners to secure the windows and things that have broken out. So we have gotten through the structural review of all the properties that were potentially affected. And we do have one that we're still investigating. It's just going to take a little bit longer because it was closer to the site.
Okay. And are there multiple properties on this house that are owned by the same person, or is it varied ownership? Or
it's varied ownership. Yeah.
Okay.
Some homeowners, some renters, and yeah, it's varied across property owners.
And then what would you say? I've been talking to residents all morning here, people that I met last night, and people who have been literally at the police station, sort of like, I need to get my stuff. What sort of things are available to them, and what should they know right now?
Right now, we have 4 buildings that we've contacted the property owners. The property owners, until they're here to secure and confirm tenants are allowed into the building, no residents are allowed in. So we have contacted those 4, and they will be contacting their residents when they're ready to bring them down here to gather belongings. They will not be staying the night. None of these are habitable for tonight. So we're going to be looking at that again tomorrow. We are looking at potentially an entire week for sure on some of this block as not being able to come back in and actually live in the structure. They will be able to get belongings with their property owners.
And in terms of the damages to some of these, especially the ones that potentially could last up to a week before people can be back in there, what is sort of that damage looking like of sort of around the area in these homes?
We're seeing mostly windows blown out, and that's panes or sashes. So we're looking at a lot of window replacements. Some did have additional pressure within the building, and so there are some drywall cracks, a couple ceilings that were just down just the drywall pieces. So you're talking some cosmetic issues, but nothing that is structural. So price-wise, that's a little easier for a property owner to take care of.